Good evening, everybody. How are you all doing? I hope you're well. And we are back on All Red TV. And Liverpool travel to Aston Villa tomorrow night. Champions League or bust. Liverpool have won. Liverpool have picked up 2 points out of 24 all season. So am I confident of going to Villa tomorrow? To be honest with you, not really. But to help me get this sorted out and dissect it and find out where we will finish, because I've had a look at the league table. It doesn't look good reading, mate. But lads, but first of all, let's say hello to everybody. How you doing, Am?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right, mate. Yeah, it's been a good week of football. Can't complain. And the players running in tonight, so it's happy days.
Good.
Evening, Dick. How you doing?
How are we, lads? How are we? It's been a while.
Well,
Excuse me. Lovely to be back on stream. It was my little girl's birthday today. Well, it was yesterday. So I spent some time with her today. I had some time off work. She's 9 already, lads. So yeah, got me hands full. But I'm good. I'm good. I've had a nice day. Yeah.
I tell you what, mate. Wait until she turns 16.
Listen,
Anyway,
I'm already grey. Going grey.
It's a your little lady for yesterday, mate. And we've got our statsman in the corner in his new PSG shirt, which I'm impressed with. How are we doing, Ben, mate? How's it going? He's wearing the Champions League win shirt already.
I will be chanting Alayla Parisians on May 30th.
Yes. If the football gods have any chance, Lego Egg will not be picking that fucking trophy up for me. Please, God. But with City winning last night, it's back in the melting pot. For now. But anyhow, guys.
I've already said on multiple group chats that I've already accepted Arsenal are going to win the league.
I've accepted it now, yeah. I agree, Ben.
Yeah. I'm just glad that it's going to go until the final day, because Arsenal are going to have to lift the trophy in front of 600 fans at Selhurst Park instead of at home.
That's going to go down well, isn't it? But I don't know what you guys think, but their fans are going to be unbearable next season, when they win.
Yeah. They already are.
They really
I was just about to say,
no, but imagine they win the Champions League as well.
I'm never going on social media again.
Well, the thing is, Champions League. I've got a question for you guys, because I was raging about this at the weekend. The West Ham goal, what was disallowed? Do you think it should have stood or not?
I think it should have been disallowed. I agreed with the decision.
Yeah. I think if we take my Liverpool bias away from it, I think it's disallowed. It's a foul, and we just hate it, and we look for every excuse because it's Arsenal. It's just the way we are. If it was Man United, I'd be exactly the same.
Well, the thing is, if you watch it back, this is what's bugging me about it is, because if you watch the whole sequence play out, even before that happens with the goalkeeper, there's more fouls being committed than that one, so they're only looking at that one. Arsenal committed 2 or 3 fouls before that, so for me, the goal should have stood before that even happened. And the thing is, the sad thing is, you've got a league title and a relegation, which should have been decided by that VAR decision.
Yeah,
and for me, that's disgusting.
And not only that, Craig, but it took around 4 minutes.
Yeah,
VAR should be doing that within 30 seconds, 40 seconds, not 3 or 4 minutes. And that just shows we could talk all night about the incompetence of VAR and whether it's good for the sport or not. But I'll tell you something, you look at the games in the Championship and other divisions and other cup competitions where there's no VAR, and it's a lot more exciting. If West Ham scored that goal last minute, they go off and celebrate, like you said. They're thinking that they're staying up.
Yeah,
and it's there to serve a purpose. And I think since it's been brought in, it's just been nothing but a massive inconvenience to the players, to the clubs, and to the fans.
Yeah, it's like I've just said to Anthony when we were talking in the green room. I watched both games in the Scottish Prem last night, St Falkirk and Celtic and Motherwell. And Celtic got a penalty in the 97th minute, and it wasn't a penalty, and it were 2-2. Now, if that had stayed at 2-2, that's the champions.
Yeah.
Celtic get the penalty and win 3-2. Now it takes it to Saturday at Celtic Park. You've got 60-odd thousand Celtic fans. There's only going to be one winner there. Celtic are going to win the league at the weekend.
Can I just ask, where was that for me in Nacho in 2019 at the Etihad?
Yeah.
That absolute scumbag missed a one-on-one, but he can bury a last-minute penalty to win Celtic, to probably win Celtic the league.
Well, yeah, I agree, Ben. I mean, I could. What about the McAllister one against Man City when he got kicked in the chest at Anfield?
That's hilarious because on the
You know,
Premier League website,
he's
on the
also-
Premier League website for high feet or whatever it is, or
High boot.
And they
what's
use
the Ben? You'll know what's the
High boot.
yeah, for like a high boot or like a dangerous challenge or something on the Premier League website, they use the image of Doku booting McAllister in the chest, and that's the image they use. So it's just like it's that wasn't even given as a foul. it's ours at a high foot. It weren't given as a foul apparently to us Liverpool fans on McAllister, and McAllister got up. You see the state of him after that, and
Yeah.
it's being used. It's being used as an example. By the Premier League, so we could sit here. That's the last I'll say on PGML and VARs, because
Yeah.
you can sit here all night and talk about it. It's just, for me, I'm just not a fan at all.
No, I agree. Anyway, moving on. We've got a. I think, obviously, the title of the stream is Champions League or bust, and I think tomorrow night it is for Liverpool, because I've had a look at the league table and I'm looking at it on the scenario that Liverpool don't win any of the last two games. We could actually end up finishing sixth and still being in the Champions League.
Isn't that if Arsenal win?
No, it's a fellow in the Europa League.
That's if, yeah, so we could end up finishing sixth, depending on what Bournemouth and Brighton do. But the thing is, guys, this is what's bugging me at the minute. Looking at the, I mean, I've asked Al Reid and I've asked Ant before. I've not seen anything over the 36 games we've played this season to see where we're going to improve next year. I mean, obviously, I've not spoke to Deck since the Chelsea game or Ben. So I'll start with you, Ben, on this. What was your initial thoughts after the Chelsea game?
Oh, I said in the WhatsApp, didn't I, that I didn't watch the Chelsea game. I decided to sleep in for it instead.
Best decision, I think.
Yeah. So I didn't see that game, but I watched the highlights, and just based off the goal they scored, it kind of just sums up our season, doesn't it? Really, that P roller into the bottom corner from 40 yards out. That sums up our season, really.
Yeah.
But what I really want to know is what these people in charge see with Slot. Like, what do we not know that they see? Because if they really think wingers are going to fix this team next season, then they've got something coming for them.
We'll come on to Ernie Slot the second half of this, because I really want to get your thoughts on this. But Dec, how were you feel? I mean, you went to the Chelsea game. How were you feeling when you came out of the stadium?
Look, mate. I had a great day. It was one of them match days where I just overall had a great day. You know, because it was so early, everyone sort of stayed around after the game, and we all had a few pints, and it was lovely. And I think I won't let the actual results dampen me day, because I could sit here and say, well, I'm getting up at the crack of dawn, getting all the way down to Anfield. I live in Halewood, so it's the other side of the city, and I'm coming down to Anfield, and I'm getting there, 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, and I'm going into Anfield, and I'm happy it's match day, and I'm going to the game, but I'm not feeling the same buzz and raw emotion like I would normally when it comes to Liverpool playing. And I know it's the end of the season, and you never normally do. This time last year, we were on the beach, no one was really asked. But going into Anfield, and you want to get up for it, and just I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's just not good enough. But apart from that, mate, I still had a good day. But I was thinking after the game, maybe I should have stayed home for that one. But it is what it is. You never gonna know in hindsight, are you?
No. So tomorrow night we go to. It's one of my favourite stadiums, actually. It's one of my.
I love Villa Park.
It's one of my favourite away grounds. It really is.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful ground. Ant, what are your feelings going into the game tomorrow against Villa? I know they've got It's a big. This is a big week for Aston Villa, and I really hope that they win the European Conference. I really do, and I think they will. Emery, the guy's class, and he was on my shortlist as Liverpool manager.
He's won it multiple times, hasn't he, with different teams?
Yeah, he's won it 3 times with Seville, and he beat us in one of them. So what are
he's
your
got a good track record.
Is this the Europa League? Sorry, or the conference?
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts going into the Villa game tomorrow night? What are you expecting, and you think we'll come away with anything?
To be honest, I think we're going to be lucky with them, to be honest, because I think they're going to be more focused on the Europa League and all that. Like, Joe, when you said the last game where it looked like he threw that game,
Spurs,
we all agreed. We all agreed that it was because he was probably focusing on Europa League games. I think he's going to do that again. I think he's going to do that again tomorrow, and I think we're going to get lucky there. And I think I say that, but the way we're playing, we need a lot more than just luck. But you get what I'm trying to say. Like, I think Liverpool have that slight bit more of a chance of getting them.
I get what you're saying completely. But as a neutral on the Villa Spurs game, what made me angry is you're supposed to be professional and conduct yourself in a professional manner. That Saturday night, Aston Villa didn't. They let football down massively because if you look at the way they played in midweek in the second leg against Forest, if they'd have played like that against Spurs, that would have been 3 or 4-0, and Spurs were up shit creek. You know, but I mean, going on to tomorrow night, I think it's a massive game for Liverpool. We need to get something out of that, you know.
We really
because
do.
The embarrassing thing is, Man United have already qualified for Champions League. They sit comfortably third, and we're still sort of scratching and trying to pick points up. We've only picked 2 up away from home all season, which is a disgrace. So, Ben, how do you think Slot will approach this tomorrow? Do you think he'll sit back, or do you think he'll go for it?
Are you sure that starts right? We've only picked 2 away points up all season because
2 points up out of 24 this season away from home. We've not beaten any of the top 10 in the top 10 away from home this season in the league.
I think that's what you meant, because we've beat Sunderland away from home, so that would instantly dissolve your logic.
Yeah, we won at the Stadium of Light.
Yeah, we've also won at St James's.
And then they lost 3 on the bounce, didn't they?
Yeah. So we have won a few home games,
but
away games.
Are you confident for tomorrow night, Ben? In honesty,
I don't really care. I've clocked out of the season.
I think I should have done that a long time ago as well, but I've not done. And the thing is as well, I don't know if they could agree with this or Ant would agree with it, but I think there's too many players in the first team squad looking for a way out of Anfield now.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
I think we've had enough.
It's not that. I think it's just there's too many players in the squad that have, like, Villa will have their eyes on the Europa League on Wednesday. All our players, since we have a lot of internationals, will be thinking, the World Cup's in 27 days. Why should I risk my body for this?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
There's fucking nothing to play for, mate. It's
crazy.
Especially with the way that players are getting injured in our team, there's going to be shitting themselves.
Like we're literally sat here in May saying, "Oh well, you know what? We might get Champions League next season." It's disgraceful. I've seen things this season, going to the matches, making content, speaking to people, where we've lost so much of like who we are, and I've seen people like AGT talk about it, other content creators talk about it, where we have, like, I'm at Anfield and I'm on Sunday, on Saturday, whenever the Chelsea game was, sorry, and we're booing at full time, and I understand why, but it's just like we're picking up behaviours and different mannerisms in and around each stand around Anfield that is just not us. It is just simply not us, and you're absolutely right. The players will be checked out of it. Ben hit the nail on the head. There's a World Cup next month.
Yeah.
We're sat here as Liverpool fans, lowering the standards to the point where we're thinking, well, do you know what? We're shit everywhere else, so we'll put our eggs in there. But we might get top 4, we might get top 5, we might get a Champions League next season. It's not good enough. The actual, and I'm not just blaming the players, the managers, the coaching staff. I'm not just blaming the fans in and around Anfield. I'm blaming every Liverpool fan right now. Our mentality needs to improve, and we can only change and big up the lads and get behind the lads. And even if you're the most diehard Liverpool fan, like Ben said there, we're just mentally checked out. And then you've got players like Gravenberch coming out after the Chelsea game, saying, "Well, we need the fans to help us to help us through and motivate us and stuff." We've seen Szoboszlai at full time this season stood there looking at the fans shrugging his shoulders. You can't have both. You can't have your cake and you can't eat it. You can't have both.
I mean, the players have got to give you something to cheer for.
Yeah.
And for me, I'll be honest with you, and I don't like saying it, and I know I get slated on the chat of being negative and what have you, but the thing is, my eyes are not deceiving me. They really aren't. And I think we've gone back 2 seasons already this year. I really do. And I think the mentality side of it,
That's what I'm saying, the mentality side of it, mate.
The mentality side of it left the club when Jurgen walked away. Not just the players, but the entire club. It left completely. And I don't think Arne Slot understands what the club stands for, and he doesn't get the fan base. He doesn't. I'm not saying he's a bad coach. You don't become a bad coach overnight. But, the buck stops with Arne Slot. And I've listened to his press conference this morning. And I've listened to what he said now. I'm finding it difficult to agree with what he's saying, that next season, if we have what he said is, if we have the summer that we are intending to have, we will be a different team next season, and we will be a difficult opponent. But I just can't get. I mean, the thing is, as a Liverpool fan, we're not a sacking club, and you back the manager 100%. But I'm also asking myself this question, lads. What if going into next season, he's got the transfer, brings in who he wants, gets his squad sorted out? What happens if they lose the first game of the season?
This is what I'm saying.
Already.
This is what I'm saying. He's making a run for his own back, and I'll let Ben and jump in a second. But I just want to quickly make this point, Craig, where you're either a super team, and I've seen it on the Anfield app where they said you'd either act like a super team and you act like a Real Madrid, or you act like an underdog. You can't sit there and have both. And this is what I'm trying to say. You'd either want to go out again this summer and break every record. How many Alexander Isaks for 150 million can we afford? So what you're saying is there, Slot, you want to go out and spend 400 mil again this summer, right? Okay. And you're saying we've got to sell players to buy players. How much money do you think you're getting off an Alisson, like Curtis Jones? Salah's going for nothing. Robbo's going for practically nothing. So you can't act like a super team, but then go into next season and think, well, or in this season that we're currently still in, and say, well, because of the circumstances, and then go into each game as an underdog. Who do you want to be? Who are we? And you hit the nail on the head when you said about the mentality going when Jurgen Klopp left, because everyone knew when Jurgen Klopp was at the helm, we were this super team, we were this European giant. We're the most successful club in English football, and probably the most successful club behind Real Madrid in world football in history. And the worrying thing is, it reminds me so much of a Manchester United 2015, it maybe just before, maybe just after, I can't get me dates right, where it's took them 10 years now to get to the point where they are, where they're just starting to now be semi-okay. And, I actually felt a bit sorry for United at one point, to the point where they're playing all right football now, etc. And they're now finishing above us in the league. It's mental. It's absolutely mental.
I mean, like you just said there, Liverpool finishing below United, that cuts me to the bone. That, because that's just.
This is what I'm trying to say, mate. You can't be this super team and spend in the summer window like a Man City or a Real Madrid or a PSG and spend 300 million quid. But then you go into games against Aston Villa tomorrow away from home thinking, oh God, you know what, Villa might do us here, but we're all right though because they might be focusing on the Europa League. What's going on?
So, Ben, we've got Aston Villa and we've got Brentford in the last 2 games. I mean, I can't see us getting anything tomorrow night at Villa unless they do what you've said. They do the same. Emery does the same thing as he did against Spurs. But I'm also concerned about the Brentford game as well, because I think it was last night, they all went out for a meal celebrating Mo Salah leaving.
Yeah.
You've seen it all over social media. So I mean, they're out on the lash. Obviously, Mo's going and they're saying thank you and what have you, but there's a time and a place, and it's not at the.
Not on a fucking Wednesday night, is it?
It's not at the business end of the season, as we call it, for me. But Ben, give me your thoughts on obviously. We'll come on to Arne Slot in a moment up next part, but looking at the last 2 games, mate, how many points do you think we'll take out of them? 4.
Yeah, I think we'll win tomorrow.
What is me question? I mean, obviously, I know where you're coming from on Arne Slot, but what do you think's been the biggest problem at Liverpool this season? Not just from a playing side. Where do Liverpool really need to get their act together in the summer?
Where'd you start? That's the real question. Where'd you start?
Well,
this is what I don't get. And you talk about like standards. Yeah, the journalists in the media recently have been saying, "Oh, how we're going to back Slot. We're going to give him this big summer to get things right." But then it's come out today that the club don't plan to spend like they did last summer. I'm sorry, but if you want to fix things, then you have to have another £400 million summer. Do these people not realise how many problems this squad has got fundamentally?
Yeah.
This isn't, and even then, I've been of the opinion that it doesn't matter who you sign. You could give Slot this current PSG team, and he would still concede 3 to Brighton.
Yeah.
He is that bad. He is that bad of a coach.
Yeah.
He would get outclassed with prime Barca.
I agree with you completely. I mean, for me, there's only ever been one candidate to take over, and that was Luis Enrique. There was nobody else. Liverpool should have brought the bank to bring this guy in for me, but we're in the business end of the season. We've not qualified for the Champions League yet. It's not been signed and sealed off. We made more money than any other club in the Premier League last year. 703 million we made. Now, to be honest with you, I've accepted that after watching him today, I've accepted the fact that Arne Slot's going to be in charge next season. And I'll back him because he's the manager. But I don't trust him with the money in this transfer window. So what do you think? I just don't trust him with the money.
Look, I mean, the first thing that he's got to, if he is going to make any sort of decisions next summer, and if he's going to learn anything from the previous transfer windows, is the first thing he's got to do is stop giving away players that we need. Like Harvey Elliott, that was such a wasted transfer. And I'm glad he's coming back and he's going to be in pre-season. And I hope he realises how much we could have used him.
Well, he's wasted a year of his career, hasn't he, at Villa?
Yeah, I mean, the likes of Ben Doak, I get, obviously, he was like well behind Salah in terms of form and how he plays and stuff. But I mean, look what's happened to Salah at the moment. Like, he's been, Slot said that he's going to possibly get a few minutes against Aston Villa. I mean, we could be doing like the Ben Doak on the right wing, just to give that bit of pace again that we had with Salah.
We could be doing with Gerald Kwanzaa at centre half as well, and
exactly, yeah. That's the thing. Like these players that just went. Yeah. I get that they wanted first team football, but I mean, they probably get that. They probably get it, and again, I get first team football comes first for a young player. But you just don't give away so many players and then sit there towards the end of the season and complain about how many injuries you've got.
But the thing is, he stopped using the academy as well, so the young lads are not getting a sniff either.
I mean, it's so late in the season where he's finally decided to give Rio a fair amount of games, and it's only because of how obviously far into the season we are, where there's not that many games left, so it's, he's not going to make that big decision of, am I giving him like a certain amount of games? It's like, there's this many games left, he can, play whatever amount he's decided or whatever he's decided. But I mean, there's so many other players like, Will Wright, he's just not long just coming back and that, because he was injured, wasn't
he? Yeah.
He's just come back, and I don't know whether you've noticed yourselves, but how many times has he been sat on the bench and we've been playing certain players that don't need to be in that position up front when we could be using maybe out on the wing and then putting Will Wright on, possibly putting them in when he's ran his legs out. Like players that we can use players that we can use in those positions instead of being stubborn and saying, "Oh fuck it, Gakpo can go striking. We'll put Rio on left wing. Put Rio on left wing. Get Gakpo off. Put someone else on, and then maybe like 60 minutes into the match, then bring Gakpo on." Like I don't get his thought behind it because this is why we got this. Well,
I'll tell you what. I get his thoughts. He's open for a fit and firing Alexander Isak, especially now Hugo Ekitike's not going to be playing football till December, at the very earliest, probably January. Yeah. So he said there though, once about how you don't think he knows what to do with the money. Another 300 million quid. Mm-hmm. If Liverpool don't sign a centre half, I will actually give up, because we needed. You said about the Harvey Elliott's and the Kwanzas and these type of players. You're not utilising academy players. We needed a centre half this time last year, mate. We've had 2 transfer windows since then, about to go into a third, and we still don't have one. We've actually got rid of centre halves. So you're spot on, Ant. Absolutely spot on.
I seen a fun fact. I say a fun fact. It wasn't fucking fun to read. There was a picture. No, there was a picture. There was a picture of Isak, and I don't know if any of you have seen it, but his knee, the way it sticks out. Yeah. And it was like, and then I seen someone comment on it saying, as like a PT and a physiotherapist and all that, for someone to have a knee like that, which is like a wonky knee or something like that, he won't run the same again. He physically won't be able to run the same again, and we need someone up front who can run.
We're never going to get a Michael Elise or no one like that, though. So
no,
who we spending 300 million quid on?
I mean, I'm convinced we should never have signed him in the first place, to be honest with you guys. But
it's not signed. We don't need to sign. So I get people, obviously, fucking big names coming into the club. I get it. It brings attention, but we need to invest. We don't need to pay big on these big name players. Like, again, Isak proved as to why you don't spend big.
It's all right. It's all right. There's 1.3 million signatures for killing Mbappe to leave Real Madrid. So we'll just go and get him and pay him like 900k a week. It'll be sounds.
That's what I mean. Like these stupid amount.
Just
go and get Kylian Mbappe for Alexander Isak.
I mean, I don't know if you've seen social media today, but everybody's saying from what I've been reading, a certain striker is available on a free transfer. Would you take him back at Liverpool, Captain?
Yes.
Sorry, yes. No.
Fucking Darwin Núñez, yeah.
No. Yeah. We need his mentality up front.
No.
Fucking hell, he done more than Isak has.
Yeah.
No. Would you go back to your ex? No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
I don't know about that, you know. I don't know. I might do.
Let's not compare. One in love, the other one was a mistake.
They're called ex-players and ex-wives for a reason.
Yeah, but again, Slot was the reasoning behind him being an ex-player, so I wouldn't really put it down for that.
I mean, I know, because I've seen who we've been linked with, Diamande and Barcola.
I'd take him, Diamande.
Now, apparently the Barcola transfer's taking a twist or taking a turn. Is that because he's found out Ernie's not staying, he doesn't want to come?
Probably.
You blame him?
Before I move on to the next segment, make sure you guys out there who are watching this, you like and subscribe to the channel. You follow The Final Whistle on TikTok and Instagram, because he's everywhere at the minute. He's like chicken pox. He's like a rat. He's everywhere at the minute.
As we try and post daily videos. If you don't see me on my channel, you'll see me on Cop TV. You'll see me with the lads. So come on, follow me.
Follow his sidekick, Ant, as well, and our very own young Parisian in the corner, Ben. You've got to follow these. They know their stuff better. I'm getting old now, so they matter. So make sure you follow us and subscribe to this channel, because you don't want to miss what we're going to be talking about. Because obviously, fireworks will hit the fan next season. That's for sure. The fireworks will be going off. So moving on
I think. Sorry, Craig. Just before you carry on, I think next season's gonna be the first full season we're gonna all have doing our streams and stuff. Because I think we only really did we jump on just before? Was it September time, October time last year?
Yeah.
So we're gonna have a full transfer with summer windows to talk about it and stuff like that. So if you're watching, make sure you subscribe now because it'll be the best time to do so.
And if you're into the World Cup, we will be streaming on that. And just to the World Cup,
I'm not up on a 5 a.m. stream.
The cheapest ticket for the World Cup opening game is $5.5 grand, $8,000.
Jesus.
Cheapest ticket. That's the cheapest ticket because Madonna, Shakira, and some other numpties opening it. But apparently, that's going to take 25 minutes. The concert. They're not going to.
Fuck Shakira. Just get Jade and Shakira to come on and do a little overhead kick.
Never ask Craig who's going to be starring. He'll just call them some numpty.
The thing is, you can't say to Madonna and Shakira, "You've only got 15 minutes," can you? Jesus. How much are they paying them in first place? So that's coming up. But no, we've got to get into we've got to get into this next section now because this is the one these guys are waiting for, and Ben's going to kick this one off. Ernie Slot confirmed this afternoon, this morning, in his press conference, that he will be Liverpool's head coach next season or manager, however you want to slice it. Now, you're either happy with it or you're not. For me, I think Liverpool dodged the bullet here with Xabi Alonso. I think we really did. This guy, hang on, hear me out here. This guy, yes, he did the treble at Bayer Leverkusen, but he only did that because Bayern Munich decided to have a season off. Then he went to Real Madrid yet again. 7 months later, he gets his P45. Now he's suddenly good enough for Liverpool. He couldn't handle the biggest club in the world. He couldn't handle the dressing room of the prima donnas of Real Madrid. Now he's available. Chelsea are interested. I think he'll go to Chelsea because he'll take the big pay packet and then you'll find out how bad he really is because he'll be sacked before Christmas. Anyhow, Ben, first of all, are you disappointed Alonso's not coming? And I know you're not happy about Ernie Slot. So have Liverpool fucked up here? Have they missed the boat? What do you think?
I'll go on a tangent first real quick because you said a few things about Alonso which are just not true. I mean, I respect your opinion on Alonso, but what you were saying wasn't true. He never got sacked by Leverkusen. He just didn't extend his contract. He wanted to go to Madrid. He didn't fail at Madrid. The players failed him. Look at what's gone on at Madrid since he's left. He was not the problem of that football club. And what's gone on since with Tchouameni and Valverde has only exonerated Xabi Alonso. Yes, going to
Arnold.
Yeah, he's an idiot as well. Yes, going to Chelsea will be stupid, but there's very clearly something going on behind the scenes that we don't know. Like clearly giving him the power he wants to make his decisions, because Xabi Alonso would not accept Chelsea's decision under Egbali like that.
It's looking like he's going to go there. And he was never, apparently from what I've been reading this week, and it's all coming out now, he was never on Liverpool's radar and he wasn't even under consideration and they've had no talks whatsoever. So it's all been smoke and red herrings what's been coming out. But
I've been saying that for a while. I think
we've dodged the bullet with him. I think he's overrated. Great player, but no doubt about it, forced his way out under Rafa Benitez as a player to go and play in Spain. Stayed at Germany for a season until Madrid come calling. 7 months later, he's out the door. It's not worked. But just because you're a great player doesn't mean you're a great coach. And there's only two players in my lifetime, two players who have become legendary managers. That's Pep Guardiola and Kenny Dalglish. You know, but
yeah,
I'm going about Slot now.
Yeah. So, what's your thoughts on Ernie Slot?
It's Ten Hag. It's what United did with Ten Hag in it, really.
Yeah.
It's just we don't have an FA Cup. We don't have an FA Cup to show for it.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. This has got Man United's blueprint written all over it, this. Because I think he'll be gone within 12 weeks.
Yeah. Assuming Slot is here, and it isn't just the club playing propaganda, Slot will be gone before Christmas. He will be gone. There's no ifs, buts, or maybes. Because the club aren't going to give him the same leeway, the same excuses they had this season. And they best not dare use Diogo Jota next season.
No, you can't use that as an excuse.
Yeah. No.
The Diogo Jota leeway ended in December.
Yeah.
And as much as I hate to say it, God rest his soul. Yeah. You cannot say these players that's the main reason these players don't look like they don't care.
No.
Because if that's the reason, then these are some of the most emotional people you'll ever meet. People lose loved ones all the time. That doesn't change how they go to work.
I agree.
Do you think a doctor can just be an emotional wreck in a surgery because he lost his dad the night before? No, he can't. Otherwise, someone dies, and he's responsible. So the Jota leeway is gone completely. I expect zero.
Well said, Ben. Well said, Ben.
I expect 0 articles on Jota. I expect all accountability on Arne Slot and those football players.
Yeah.
Because this season, again, with Jota, we accepted that some of them weren't mentally in the right space for a long time. And you accept that for long enough. Yeah. Next season, there's going to be a lot of players here who didn't even know Jota on a personal level. Salah's going, Alisson's going, Canate will probably go, Jones will be gone.
Yeah.
So before you know,
Maka will leave.
Probably as well. So before you know it, before you know, you've got a starting 11 of players who mostly didn't even know Jota on a personal level.
Yeah.
So it's all on them players now and the manager, and this manager is not going to do. It's going to be worse than it is currently when he's not got this blanket of protection.
Yeah, I just can't see how he can turn it round and how he can actually come out and say you'll see a different Liverpool next season, and he actually believes he can get the fan base back. And what are your thoughts on it?
I mean, Ben's really fucking nailed it there, because next season it is going to be strict rules, and it better be strict rules, because I cannot be going through another season of what we've gone through, because it is depressing, it is draining, and it's not fun to watch.
No,
it's not fun to talk about, because I want one stream. I want to have streams where we talk about how well we played and how well we done, and not how fucked up the club is and how much I want this manager to be gone. It's just it's draining. It's mentally draining.
It takes
the football. Well,
may I just say that I probably should have worded a bit better when I said you can't expect a doctor to be to not be up to standards a day after he loses a loved one. I'd say more like a couple of weeks or months after. If a doctor is still grieving and is an emotional wreck 3-4 months after losing a loved one, then he's clearly not up to standard. Because you need to give people grieving periods. The players have had a grieving period for too long now, in my opinion. And I get it. I've not personally lost someone close to me, so I can't fully say I understand it.
I've got a question though about next season, and it's obviously for all of you. And I'm gonna say my answer first.
Okay.
I don't want any like grief over it. But do you think we should drop the applause next season, the 20-minute applause? Because I think we should.
I don't know, to be honest. Like, I'm all for commemorating Jota, but I think it should only be in maybe in the big games or something, or the small games, because it very clearly distracts.
I tell you something, right? When we played Chelsea there, I go to Anfield. I'm fortunate enough to go quite a bit, and in the ground, right? It's only when you see it on telly and it pans to the crowd clapping and stuff. You know, in the ground with all the other noise going on, you don't really, even in the stands, you don't really pick it up. I mean, I'll clap, of course, but I think it does just tie into players having to be mentally stronger. You know, it's an applause for something that you've been through all season. I'm not saying that makes it right, and I'm not saying we should carry on. I'm not saying we should stop. What I'm simply saying is that if you are in that, if you know you're going to be in that situation, and you know that the fans are going to clap on that 20th minute, it's down to you to be that professional. You have to be a professional in your field. If I'm at the ground and I start shouting at a player who's taking a corner kick, or fans are booing a player or clapping a player, or it doesn't matter, that player you'd expect to just carry on as normal. I've been there when you've seen opposition players getting shouted at by the crowd taking a corner kick. If I'm a Chelsea fan, I'm hoping whoever's taking that corner, no matter what shit the Liverpool fans are screaming at him, are gonna just take that corner as professional as they can in the game. So I'm not saying it makes it. I'm not trying to justify it. And I think it's just as being used as a scapegoat as well. 20-minute clap, and I just think it's just getting blown out of the water. I think Ben hit the nail on the head. You can't use the Jota situation the club can't use it as an emotional crutch next season. You have to really hit the ground running, and especially like you mentioned, Craig, with some of the things Slot's coming out with in press conferences, saying how he's pretty certain that the football club are going to be performing at a different level next season, or however he wanted to word it in that press conference. Like I said earlier, you give yourself, you make your own bed. Do you know what I mean? He's saying what he's saying. The players are coming out and saying what they're saying. They have to act on that now. They're not. His Slot's not even trying to like give himself a bit of a safety net. He's basically saying, "Give me 300 million quid, and I'll go and get you a Carabao Cup, or we will be back up to the standard of in and around winning a Premier League, or we will be qualifying for Champions Leagues. We will be getting to quarterfinals, semi-finals of Champions Leagues and cup competitions." So and over to you then, Slot. Over to fucking you, FSG, and over to them players. Because like I said, I can't sit here for another year, and this time next year, when Arnie Slot's coming to the end of his 3-year contract, and think, fucking hell. But like Ben said, if this carries on, we'll be saying in January he should have been sacked in November, which is the same predicament that we're in now.
There'll be a total moment.
I mean, I agree with everything you've said. I mean, I love the balloons, but I mean, Ben couldn't have summed it up any better. He really couldn't. And Deck, you are. And what I will say on the Jota thing is,
hang on.
You can just say,
yeah.
It's not just a poor excuse now. It's dishonest to Jota's legacy because
100%.
Can't use him as a scapegoat.
Yeah,
100%.
Jota was a player who never gave up, and these players have given up far too easily, too often this season. Jota would hate this squad for what it's become, and they're using his death as an excuse. He's rolling in his grave at what we've become right now under this manager.
I mean, the thing is, I mean, I can see all three sides of the stories here, and I understand where Ben's coming from, where he's not actually lost anybody. And I mean, I've lost too many people in my lifetime to count now. I mean, it's just over a year since I lost my mum, and I've not seen my mother for 20 years. I'm not going to go into details, but and the thing is, as well, personally, when I was working, I was at mental health care assistant level, going in for my level 3, and I was working in a care room in Southport. Obviously, COVID had hit then, so nobody could go out. You were all indoors and what have you. And the thing is, I was working night shift, and in 12 weeks, I found 19 residents dead. So I was coming home every morning. My head was in fucking bits. And then I was going on shift again, but this happened every night for 12 weeks. So it affects you. But the thing is, I still had to do my job. I'd still had another 28 residents to look after. But the thing is, going back to Jota, I think the singing on the 20 minutes now should stop. There's other ways of paying respect to Diogo Jota and his family now. You've got to think of his wife and his kids.
Let it go on till the end of the season because it's gone on that long, but
they've got a beautiful statue which is going to go up sometime.
Nice statue as well.
That's a big enough tribute for me. But the thing is, the thing is, they've only ever gone if you stop thinking about somebody. That's the only time they've actually gone. But what I would say is now Liverpool have got to move on. We've had enough. This club is jinxed by tragedy, unfortunately, and I've seen too much of it. They're through too much of it, and Liverpool should get back to what they're good at now. That's pulling that red jersey on, the liver bird on the chest, going out there and making Anfield a fortress. And teams need to be shit scared of playing us again next year, whether Ernie Slot's in charge or not. And it is in respect of Ernie Slot. To Ernie Slot, what you've got to realise is, it's a result-based business. He's not producing the results, but he's a family man. He's married. He's got kids. His son's reading everything what's on social media about what's being said about him as a Liverpool manager. Now his son's turned around and said to him, "You need to jack in, Dad. You need to get out of there." His son's advised him to leave. So that says it all. I mean, his family are not happy with what's being said about him and what have you. And
it's not nice the way he's been treated.
Not nice, but end of the day, when you think about it now, because obviously Deck can answer this one for me better. But I think the only time you actually lose all common sense of acting like an adult and a decent human being is when you go in a football stadium, because it's pack mentality.
Yeah. I mean,
everybody
like I said, I get that, and I think it does it gives a bit of an injustice to the fans all around the world who don't get to go to Anfield, and I'm fortunate enough to go to Anfield. But it's pack mentality, not just in the ground, but everywhere. And you said there about the social media and see what's being said about Slot, and it's not nice, and I hate it because, like I mentioned at the start of the stream or earlier on the stream, the mannerisms of Liverpool fans in and around the grounds this season has become unrecognisable, and it is pack mentality. You do lose yourself when I go on the ground, like I mentioned before. Even though we drew with Chelsea, I had a great day. I had a fantastic day. A really good day. Everyone was just having a good time. Everyone was just happy, nice, jolly mood. It doesn't feel toxic, but it's almost like no one cares, and that's what I mean when I say the mentality of fans, not just at Anfield, but in and around and all around the world has changed because that's not who we are. I want to be going into every single game thinking, come on. I remember I used to get so emotional watching a game of football, whether it was the end of the season, whether it was a Carabao Cup, whether it was we were playing Barnsley in an FA Cup game. I used to come home and bite all my nails. I used to be like, fucking what? Every decision that went against us, I used to flip at the telly or shout at the referee at Anfield. And I am guilty of this myself. My mentality's changed as a fan. My mannerisms have changed. I've lost that core emotion. Manchester United, Everton, and I'm only just getting a bit excited when it got to match day, or on match day I'm thinking, I hope we win this. Mainly probably because I'm creating content around it. If it wins, I wouldn't even bother going. I'd just stay in. Like Ben said before, he didn't even put the Chelsea game on. So that just proves me points. I don't agree with the abuse Slot's getting. I am more Slot out. I don't think he's the man for the job. You go and watch my content. We all have a laugh and a joke the way I make videos about it and stuff like that. But you're right. His son and his family and who he is as a human being will read everything that's on social media, and it's not good. It's fucking not good, because I could not dream of thinking or saying anything about Jurgen Klopp like this.
You know, the annoying thing about the social media side of it is, because I read some that obviously I'm on the fan analysis on Sky Sports, and and one fan's put a thing on there, and he went, all this all this negativity around Liverpool Football Club is from non-Scouse Reds. Isn't it? It's pathetic. And I'm thinking, what?
Load of shit.
What?
Load of shit. He's probably he probably doesn't even know where Anfield is himself.
What are you going on about? I mean, the thing is, at the end of the day, I think, we've got 2 games to go. The season's coming to a close, and I think the summer it'll give everybody a chance to press the reset button, have a break, watch football, but your own club's not involved. Yeah, you'll be watching your favourite players play for the national teams in the World Cup or whatever, and then by the time September rolls around again, you'll be reinvigorated. It's a new season. You can't wait for fixtures come out. Who've we got first game at season? Who we playing on last game at season? I mean, the first thing I do, I don't know about you guys, but first thing I do is look for when we play Man U and Everton. It's the first thing that I do.
I do it for City.
And the thing is, when we play Brentford at home, we'll be wearing the new kit. Last game of season. So we've got 3 new kits coming out. That's another shed load of money we're going to have to pay. But I'm just hoping that we come back and we make Anfield a fortress and people are shit scared of playing us. That's all I want.
Back to the Liverpool way. Back to the Liverpool
in the
way.
words of a very, very shit current US president, let's make Liverpool great again.
You got to change your mentality.
Oh, dear.
Exactly.
And just to mention, lads, Aldridge should have been on stream tonight, and the reason he's not, so I'm not gonna. I'll try and say this with a straight face. So if you want to have a pop at him when you see him, you can. The reason he's not on stream is because he's bit his tongue and he can't talk. He's got a lisp at the minute. So I just So I just messaged him and said, "That's karma for wanting Alonso as manager," and left it at that.
Look, he's getting rinsed in that chat after.
Craig, I'll have to shoot in a sec. But before I go, I know you've got about 10 minutes or so left of the stream. Sorry, lads, but I'll have to shoot. But before I go, I'm going to give you the quick score prediction and a starting 11 for tomorrow. Okay?
Yeah.
What Villa prediction or Liverpool?
I think we win 2-1. I think Alisson is Alisson back now?
No.
Mamadashvili. Someone's gonna be in net. So whoever's in goal, someone's in goal. I think it'll be a Curtis, Van Dijk, Canate, and Andy Robbo. I think the midfield's gonna be Grav, Szoboszlai and Florian Wirtz. On the right, I think it's gonna be Jeremy Frimpong. Down the middle, Alexander Isak, and on the left, Cody Gakpo.
Score 2-1.
2-1. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Right, lads, I'll have to go. It's a pleasure. I love you. Thanks very much for getting me on stream. All right, guys.
Yep, and we'll see you
Take it easy. I'll catch you tomorrow. I'll be at Box Park tomorrow with Cop TV. So if anyone's up for coming out Friday night, want to come for a little berry with me and Mario AGT and a few of the lads, then come down. All right.
All right.
Cheers, later. All right, lads. Up the Reds.
Okay, Ben, over to you. Prediction for the Villa game and your starting 11. Who would you go with?
I think it'll be a similar team to the one that played Chelsea. Maybe, like Deck said, Isak starts, Gakpo left wing. It's not what I want, but it's probably gonna happen. So yeah, that much. Frimpong right wing, that's gonna be torture.
Yeah.
I do think Villa will rotate. And I can't believe it's come to this. I'm basically praying that a team that we used to steamroll regularly, we need to hope rotates. But I think 2-0 Liverpool.
2-0. I'll take that. Ant?
I would have said Rio start, but after last game where he came off with a muscle soreness, in his muscle, I don't think he'll start. I think he'll come on later on in the game. So I've got to agree with Ben and Deck with the team predictions. I'm going to make it quick. My score prediction, I think, we're going to be 1-0 to us. I don't think there's going to be much behind it.
As long as we get the 3 points, that's the main one for me.
That's what I mean. I just want the 3 points. I'm not asked what the score is. I just want them 3 points.
At least if we win, it takes every ounce of pressure off the Brentford game. Therefore, it can just be we can give Salah his farewell.
And Henderson and stuff like that.
Because if we go into the Brentford game having to get something out of it, the way we started against Chelsea, came out the traps like an house on fire. 5 minutes in, we're as flat as a souffle. It was unbelievable, and that's happened too many times this season for me. And we sat, and the 2 fullbacks who we brought in, Frimpong and Kirkes, he was the best overlapping left back in the Premier League last season. Now he's the best underlapping fullback, and they've only created 2 assists between them both in the Premier League this season. So if you look at Trent and Robbo, what they've done in them positions, they've a hell of a lot to live up to.
Kirkes I feel for, because Frimpong, he was such a nothing player. That signing made no sense.
Get rid of him, Ben. I really would. I'd offload him.
Do you think that'd affect Vert though?
Lad, Vert can't kick a ball at the minute.
Vert. The thing, this is what frustrates me with Arne Slot. You can take any other manager in the world, any team, and they would play Verts in the correct position. Slot's playing 5 players out of position in this Liverpool team every game. That's the problem. He's not doing what Michael Carrick's doing at United, putting round pegs in round holes. He's putting triangle pegs in square holes. This geezer.
It's really true what they say about board managers. The lack of hair follicles indicates the lack of IQ.
Hey,
well, that's what happened with Craig then.
I mean, the thing is, there's an old saying: you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Well, yeah.
Which is true. But Arne Slot, I mean, the thing is, what is he doing on the training pitch? What is he coaching them? Because they're not doing anything.
Are you sure he's even the one leading it? Isn't it Van Bronckhorst who leads the training?
Well, I tell you what. Well, his coaching staff's been linked with a move. Van Bronckhorst's been linked with a move away.
Already.
So I mean, next season's a new season, and we go again, as Steven Gerrard used to say, we go again like he did at Palace and at home against Chelsea. We know what happened there, but I just think Liverpool Arne Slot needs to have a good, real look at himself in the summer and come back with a point to prove and prove people wrong. But I agree with Ben. I think he'll be gone by Christmas. This has got Man United written all over it, this. But the thing is, when it happens, who the bloody hell do we go for?
Nagelsmann or Sebastian Hoeneß?
Somebody cheap, no one.
I mean, everybody. I mean, the guy I want, he's not gonna leave Paris, not anytime soon. Why would he?
Not with the way that they're going at the moment.
No, why would he? They can dominate the Champions League for the next couple of years.
Hang on, wasn't it already confirmed that he wanted to leave at the end of the season?
Yeah. No. Well, they're not in talks over a new contract yet, but that'll change.
Yeah.
I reckon once he beat Arsenal, there'll be a new contract waiting for him, I think.
That's what's been reported by someone who's very reputable. Yeah. The only reason it's not done yet is because they don't want to interrupt the prep for the final. It's the same with Dembele and some other players, Barcola, but I think Barcola leaves. I think we get him, to be fair. But yeah, that's just the thing with a lot of people involved in Paris right now. They're not doing any contract talks. They're just focusing fully on the final.
Yeah,
it makes sense. That's how you run a club.
Yeah, I mean, I think Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards need to take accountability for what's happened this year as well. They're not.
I think they're gone at the end as well.
Yeah, I mean they can't do scot-free. But Liverpool, we are a bit of a mess at the minute. But we're not. It's like Ben says, we're not Blueco, we're not Chelsea. You know, I mean, how that club's being run, crikey. I mean, I've seen a certain well-known creator who's a Chelsea fan, and he's not an happy bunny at all.
Tory Jennings.
Mr. Jennings.
Tory Jennings.
He's not an happy bunny at all, but yeah. Well, it's been a great evening. It's been a great debate with Ben. Tell you what, Ben, you'll have to get more PSG shirts in your collection, mate, and then you'll have a collection to be proud of, because that's a corker you've got there. I think I've got about 7 in mine at the minute, but I've not got that one. That will be in.
And I wanted the special edition from last year. You know, the Angel Wing one from last year.
Oh, yeah. The blue one. That's a belter, that. They wore that when they played us.
Yeah, they played at Anfield. They wore it.
Yeah,
I watched that, and it's like...
times.
I was so angry. I get so angry when I see kits for PSG, because, I mean, I know Jordan manufactures the kits, but Jordan's a side piece to Nike.
Yeah.
And Nike gave us absolute nothing kits for 5 years.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, PSG get this every year.
Yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong with Paris Saint-Germain shirts. You can't.
It's sort of the most likable thing about that club.
You know, I showed it my missus yesterday. I said, there's a shirt in the Premier League and I really like it. I said, it's an away shirt. I said, but because of the team who it is, it's not going in my collection.
Is it Arsenal?
Arsenal's away shirt.
Yeah, the cream away shirt this year is very nice. I like it. But it's a Premier League. It's a Premier League club. I'll never own another Prem club shirt.
I mean, I've got a Leeds United one. I've got a Norwich City one. But a Norwich City one, the Norwich one is a player shirt. He actually gave it me, Billy Gilmore. It's his shirt when he played us in the FA Cup. But I mean, I could talk football shirts all night. I've got 2 for the World Cup already. You can't.
I can't. I want a shower.
Right, all right, guys. I'll let you go, and you can let me know what you want to discuss on the next one, and we'll sort it out. Have a great weekend, whatever you're doing. Enjoy the game. Let's hope it's a good one. And if you speak to Alred on the chat, at least he can't talk to you because he's been
done it.
Long, so, all right, guys. Catch you later. See you later. Got there. Take care, guys.
See ya.